your New York Knicks. At guard, at 6'7", 0, and ready. At center, at 7 feet, number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein. At forward, at 6'9", number 1, Toronto. At forward, at 6'6", number 9, at guard, at 6'2", number 11, Jalen Brunson.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, thank you very much. Now, the 90s NBA was physical, and no team embodied that more than the Knicks. When the league cracked down with rule changes in 1997, it was seen as a direct response to New York. Then Nick Doc Rivers said, those were anti-Knick rules, obviously aimed at us because we did those things so much more and so much harder than everybody else. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Finney Smith in at the four-man position. And for the Knicks, the post pair for it's Randall and Hartenstein. Reddish out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Barrett at the three.
And it's been a rough stretch for the New York Knicks, a team that has only had a handful of playoff appearances in the last 20 years.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Brunson the pass to Randall. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Knicks are trying to get back to being competitive, GA, but it has been difficult, hasn't it?
They haven't been able to attract top-level talent for quite some time, which is surprising when you consider this big market and the status this franchise has within the city.
And so it's New York with it, following the score by Dallas. Brunson finds Barrett. Randall from outside. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Doncic passes to Dinwiddie.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
1:56 left to play in the first quarter. Puts up a three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Dinwiddie's got 5 now.
A playmaker of Doncic's talents wasn't missing that gap. He quickly gets the ball to the wide-open man.
Randall outside. Randall can't get that one to fall. For Dallas, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Pass to Dinwiddie. Doncic right side. Shot clock at 6. Over Brunson. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Here's Hartenstein after Luka Doncic's bucket. New York, no good that time either.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in, and there it is for him.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And turn your attention courtside for your Knicks Breaker Dance Group.
different look for New York. Toppin, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Quickly comes in for Reddish. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And then for Dallas, JaVale McGee's checked in for Dwight Powell. Christian Wood comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Hardaway is subbed in for Dinwiddie. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Randall outside. He's looking for Toppin and finds him.
Well, Randall, when he has the ball in his hands, aware that there might be an open teammate, that time he found him.
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the first. Now Hardaway. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Here's Doncic, and Dallas again with the bucket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
McGee against Randall. The kick out to Rose. Doncic with the steal. And so it's Dallas. Their lead of 11 points to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
A big round of applause for your Knicks.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
We have just a few games in the books, Brent. What are coaches right now looking for from their team, from their players?
Well, I think you're still trying to figure out what your identity is, Kevin. You've played a few games. You're trying a few different rotations. You still want to do that over the course of the next 25 games before you really settle into what you know is going to give you the best chance offensively and defensively and win games.
Toppin is out there with Hartenstein. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Emmanuel quickly, and it's Barrett at the 3. They're the group New York will start the second with. Here's Barrett after Luka Doncic's bucket. The pass to Toppin. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Barrett, no good. Dallas leading by 13.
And growing up around basketball, R.J. Barrett's dad played a bunch of places. R.J. spending a lot of his childhood in France.
2 minutes.
Yep, it counts.
Well, Luka has options all over the floor. He's a versatile shooter who can utilize the mid-range.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, guys. Growing up, Mitchell Robinson didn't play basketball, but a 7-inch growth spurt in the 8th grade changed things. He fell to the 36th pick overall in 2018, but his physical tools have made him a presence. One key to his success, he says, just run the floor. If you're the first man down the court, you can get the ball. Kevin, that sounds pretty simple to me.
It does to me, too. Keep it simple and use that athleticism. David, thanks. New York calls timeout.
Loudest section in the building gets free t-shirts.
Reddish, he's checked in for New York. Jalen Brunson comes in for Derrick Rose. And then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Green comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Doncic. Knicks trail by 17.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
For Dallas, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Randall's checked in for Hartenstein.
For your New York Knicks, Julius Randle.
.116 left to play here in the half. Quickly against Hardaway. And the Knicks miss again. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs it's all about finding the right fit for the role players.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you can see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets.
Maxi Kleber, first personal foul.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
At the line,
People say the mid-range shot is dying, but so far in this one, that has not been the case for this team.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
That free throw, no good.
Here's some facts. You go back to 2000, and the Knicks have won just one playoff series. Total. One.
He doesn't get the second.
Such a versatile forward that can defend, and shoot, and score. Reddish's game has future all-star written all over it.
And so Wood will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 17-point lead, their biggest. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls is tough, but the important part about that is when you get to the free throw line, you got to turn those into points, and it might have cost them in that last ball game missing all those chippies.
Now Toppin, after Tim Hardaway missed from long range. Clock at 6 to stop the drought. Off the left rim and out.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Mavericks ahead, leading by 17. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Tibbs. Going against a high-powered offense like this, I know you have your work cut out for you at the defensive end.
Yeah, you know, they're tough to guard. They put a lot of pressure on you. You can't make body position mistakes. We got to make sure we try to make them work for the points.
We'll see if you can be more effective in the second half. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games. And Shaq, using your crystal ball, how do you see these upcoming games playing out?
Ernie, I'm not sharing anything I see in my crystal ball with you. No way. You either, Kenny.
Listen, if you really have a crystal ball, why don't you just look into the future and give me those lotto numbers, man? I want a mega yacht.
Don't worry, Kenny. One day I'll let you onto USSS Shaq, my yacht. One day.
You keep saying that.
And as we turn back to analyze that first half of action, safe to say it was full of Luka magic.
Great shooting numbers from him. It's just not about point total, guys. It's about how you get there. Anyone can score a bunch, but he's also doing it efficiently.
Absolutely. the percentages matter, man, and he's been on point.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Moment here now for an injury report. We get a chance now to check on Derrick Rose's status. David.
Well, guys, I was able to catch up with the Knicks head athletic trainer. He said he looked at the wrist, and fortunately, it looks like there's no significant damage. While the season isn't very old, this is still distressing to hear, and somebody is going to have to pick up the slack while he's out. Kevin, back to you.
Good information, David. He's certainly been on our minds. Now, at least, great, we have a little more clarity.
Yeah, now they have the information they need to take the best course of action.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Finney Smith in at the power forward. Derrick Rose is checked in for Reddish. Pass to Hartenstein.
Remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
1:56 left in the third quarter. Pass to Rose. Down low. Powell with the steal. Here's Dinwiddie. Buries it from three-point range. Dinwiddie's got 10 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
Here's Hartenstein. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Barrett kicks to Brunson. Just 5 to shoot. There's the pick. Randall left side. Barrett with the ball. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. It's rebounded by Doncic. Mavericks leading by 18. Passes it to Finney Smith. Now here's Powell. T right on him. There's the pass to Dinwiddie. Barrett against Doncic. Dallas needs to get off a shot. His three-pointers off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Rose against Powell. And it's Rose missing. Dinwiddie kicks to Doncic. Over Rose. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Back to the action in just a minute. Let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The pairing up front, Toppin and Randall. Rose is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Reddish in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Randall dishes to Toppin. Now here's Rose. Outside for Randall. No good from outside. Dallas leading by 18. Right wing. Wood finds Doncic. To the inside. Kleba. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Rose. Randall a screen on Doncic. Here's Rose. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, if there's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man, it is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
And the first one at the line is good.
And you got to love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there, and I think it really does elevate his teammates.
Josh Green's checked in for Dallas. And Rose drops them both. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. And here is Hardaway.
2 minutes.
Pass to Kleba. Doncic with it. He's covered by Rose. And they double up Doncic. They kick it out to Green. Misses the 3. Knicks trail by 18. Quickly the pass to Rose. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. This is to top it. Back to Rose. Topping inside. Good D by Wood. Dallas leading by 18.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Dallas.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Hardaway passes to Doncic. Left block shot on the way. It's Hardaway that time on the assist by Doncic.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And Rose, a fighter, someone who challenges defenders inside and attracts their attention.
The Mavericks, GA, have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message, that they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
And he makes the first. And Greg, starting your career with the Knicks, what's the pressure like playing in New York City?
I tell you, the amount of media following you, the size of the city, it can be intimidating. But if you win, man, there's nothing like playing in New York.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Hartenstein's checked in for Randall. Barrett comes in for Reddish. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Quickly. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Dinwiddie right side. Shoots over Brunson. Misses off the right iron. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they control the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now, let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Luka, you played well and you got the win. So what made the difference?
Yeah, I think we had a great game. I think it was a great game today. We step up together, play good defense, and it was a great win.
Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.